Hey everyone, I'm Mike from theparkprodigy.com, and on today's video, we're going to break down some of the best tips and tricks for the ultimate Jurassic Park experience over at Universal Orlando. And on our channel, we've been giving Harry Potter and we've been covering a lot of Harry Potter tips and tricks, right? But we know that Jurassic Park has a huge following and is a huge franchise within the Universal Orlando little bubble. So that's why we wanted to create this video. So if you do have any Jurassic Park fans, or if you're planning a Universal Orlando vacation and you just want to experience absolutely everything within the parks, just be sure to stick around to the end of this video as we're going to break down the best tips and tricks for checking out the Jurassic Park section over at Islands of Adventure. I'm really excited for this video, so let's go get started. Thank you all again so much for checking out this video. Like I said, we are about to break down everything you need to know, the best tips and tricks about the Jurassic Park section over at Universal Orlando in Islands of Adventure theme park. That is right, Jurassic Park is located in Islands of Adventure Park, and if you are a fan of the Jurassic Park franchise, you'll be delighted to know that Universal Orlando has an entire section within this park dedicated to Jurassic Park and Jurassic World. Now, this section has rides, carnival games, shops, restaurants, and you can even meet a real-life VelociRaptor. So in this video, we're just going to share some of the best tips and tricks, like I said, and at the end, we'll give you some of the best tips and tricks to get onto some of the most popular rides, but a huge shout out to the Jurassic Park VelociCoaster, which is the newest ride over at Universal Orlando. For the time being anyway, Universal does have some amazing rides coming out within the next couple months. And one of the things that I'm learning, and I have to give a huge shout out to Crystal over on my team, and if you do need some more additional tips and tricks, just be sure to go check out the Crystal Palace on YouTube. She has a bunch of Universal Orlando content, but we do have to kind of differentiate the difference between Jurassic Park and Jurassic World. So Jurassic World is slightly different than Jurassic Park, where they're from the same franchise, but they essentially have different fictional parks and movies are made after them. So the VelociCoaster, for example, in Universal Orlando is based off of Jurassic World, where let's say Jurassic Park River Adventure is based off of, Jurassic Park. So just a couple of things to keep in mind to make sure we cover all of our bases on this, tips and tricks video. So let's now jump over and let's start looking at the attractions, which is really what most people are interested in as we get into the Jurassic Park section of Islands of Adventure. And we're going to start with the most popular one, and that is the Jurassic World VelociCoaster. Now, the VelociCoaster is Universal Orlando's newest addition, like we said, and it is one of the most thrilling rides in all of Orlando. And we really mean that. If you are into roller coasters, you're absolutely going to have to go on this ride if you're in Orlando, and I would be very surprised if you do not think that it is insane. So the VelociCoaster is inspired from the Jurassic World films, like we said, with Owen Grady and Claire Dearing as your guides through your tour into the VelociRaptor enclosure. Now, one of the reasons why we think this ride is so cool is it actually has two high-speed launches, barrel rolls, a 150-foot top, hat drop, and VelociRaptors looking to make you their lunch essentially throughout the ride. And the other cool thing about the Jurassic Park VelociCoaster is that it is included with early park admission, which we think is a plus considering that it is one of the most popular rides in all of Universal Orlando. And if you do want some additional tips and tricks, we actually have a complete video on the VelociCoaster. That's how popular this ride is, and we will leave a link to that in the show notes. Okay, but now moving over to, let's say that you're not into the thrill rides, what else is going on within Jurassic Park? And we have the Jurassic Park River Adventure. The Jurassic Park River Adventure gives us all the nostalgia feels as you board a bright yellow river raft to give you a tour of the dinosaurs up close. Now, of course, you can expect a Jurassic Park boat ride to have some dangerous mishaps along the way when you're within arm distance of these prehistoric creatures. And of course, just like it sounds, you're getting onto a boat. So this is considered to be one of the three, main water rides within Islands of Adventure. So what I would say is if you're not crazy about, possibly getting wet, then you might want to skip this ride. And it from my experience, it is hit or miss, right? It depends on where you sit on the boat. Also, if you have ponchos, I think you'll be fine. Just throw the ponchos on. But overall, it is a really cool experience. There is a drop at the end. So again, I talked to a lot of families. If you're not into drops, then you might want to skip this one. But for the most part, this is a pretty, chill ride up until those drops. Okay, moving over to the next ride, and we have the Pteranodon Flyers. And this Universal Studios ride is specifically for the kids, right? So if you're traveling with little ones, you want to make sure to check out this ride as it is a slow and gentle swing sort of ride. Now, you are suspended in the air. However, again, this is a very, very kind of gentle ride, and something that it is specifically for the kids, to a fact where if you are, let's say for my adults visiting Universal Orlando, you cannot go on this ride. You do need to be accompanying a child to go onto this ride. Now, the height requirements are going to be between 36 to 56 inches. And we do think one of the coolest things about this ride is you will have some amazing views of Islands of Adventure Lagoon while you're up there enjoying your ride. Okay, so now some of the other things that we really, really enjoy about the Jurassic Park section over at Islands of Adventure, and one of the reasons why we think this video was so important is because, as you'll see, Universal Orlando can be a little challenging to kind of fill an entire day in, right, when you have young kids. However, there are little things like everything we're about to discuss that you can kind of keep everyone busy, and especially with the little ones, you keep them occupied and make sure everyone has an amazing day. Next on the list is going to be Camp Jurassic. Now, while Camp Jurassic technically isn't a quote unquote ride, it is still an attraction that we highly recommend, like I said, especially if you have young kids. So if you're looking to cool down or let the kids run off some energy, Camp Jurassic is a giant playground with all the bells and whistles that you could ask for. Camp Jurassic has some rope bridges, hidden pathways, lost caves, water cannons, and so much more. And of course, like we said, this is a big area, so just be sure to keep an eye on the little ones. Okay, next on the list, we do have Jurassic Park Discovery Center, and now this is kind of an interactive exhibit and an educational attraction located in the Jurassic Park section. And very simply, it is designed to essentially immerse visitors in the world of Jurassic Park, and you kind of experience exhibits, the dino play area, big fossil displays. So, again, this is very, very like nostalgia and makes you think of the original Jurassic Park movie with the huge, T-Rex as you walk into the lobby. Okay, and last on the list, and this is by far one of my favorite experiences in all of Universal Orlando, and that is the Raptor Encounter with Blue. So the Raptor Encounter is an interactive character meet and greet experience located in the Jurassic Park section over at Islands of Adventure. And just like it sounds, it provides guests with an opportunity to come face-to-face with a life-size Velociraptor, which of course is one of the most iconic dinosaurs from the Jurassic Park franchise at this point in time. And if you've been on social media, I'm sure you've seen a ton of videos of just guests interacting with the Velociraptor. And Universal does a really, really great job of just kind of really, really making you feel like you are face-to-face with those dinosaurs, and you get to see the guest experiences and their kind of interactions as they jump, and right, everyone just still has a blast interacting with them. So something very, very cool, especially for the kids, and something to make sure that you do have on your Universal Orlando bucket list. Okay, so some of the other things to keep in mind as you are visiting the Jurassic Park section at Islands of Adventure. Of course, they do have restaurants and cool little themed restaurants that you can enjoy. Okay, so the first one that comes to mind is going to be the Watering Hole. And this is kind of just like your quick service kiosk, right? Where you grab a snack, frozen cocktails, or any other small snacks that the kids might want to have. Then we have Thunder Falls Terrace, which is a huge quick service dining spot located by the Jurassic Park River Adventure. And this is one of my favorite quick service spots in all of Universal Orlando. They have rotisserie chicken, barbecue ribs, rice bowls, smoked turkey legs, and so much more. Then we have Pizza Predatoria, which has Italian favorites such as pizza, salad, breadsticks, and so much more. And then we have Burger Digs, which is a large dinosaur-themed quick service restaurant that serves specialty burgers and salads. Okay, so taking it one step further, we're moving over to the hotels very quickly. And what if you're looking for, the ultimate Jurassic Park experience outside of the parks? And luckily, Universal Orlando actually does have something for you. Located over at Lowe's Royal Pacific Resort, we have the Jurassic Park Suites. And just like it sounds, these immersive suites are designed to transport guests into the world of Jurassic Park, and the kids will absolutely love these rooms. They're really, really cool, based off of a lot of the kind of designs that we see from the movies. And just it adds that additional little touch, like we said, for the perfect Jurassic Park fan. Okay, so moving along, and last but not least, we do have some of the best tips and tricks for experiencing the Jurassic Park section over at Islands of Adventure. And we're going to start with the VelociCoaster. And again, we had mentioned this briefly, but one of the most important things to keep in mind as of the time of the recording of this video is that the VelociCoaster is still included with early park admission. And we still believe that a lot of the attention still goes over to Hagrid's Magical Creatures Motorbike Adventure. So if you are the type of family where you love to rope drop or just get into the park as early as possible, then we would say, hitting the VelociCoaster during early park admission is a great plan to get this ride out of the way. And then again, you'll avoid waiting on a long line later in the day. Moving over to the next tip, and this is something new. And if you've been watching our videos, you'll see that we used to talk, and the VelociCoaster was not included with the Universal Express Pass. Well, that has changed. Now, the VelociCoaster is now included with the Universal Express Pass as of the time of the recording of this video. And again, this is a huge game changer because let's say that you're not the type of family that likes to rope drop, right? You like to sleep in or hang out by the pool and then hit the parks at night. Well, if you do have the Universal Express Pass, or let's say you upgrade to those, Jurassic Park suites over at Royal Pacific, which comes with the free Universal Express Pass, then you can now enjoy the VelociCoaster, and we think it's just a huge game changer. And another one specifically for the VelociCoaster that we love is keep an eye on the single rider lines. Now, during some of the busier times of year, Universal might open up the single rider lines, specifically in this case over at the VelociCoaster, so that could be another great way to get on this ride a little bit quicker than waiting on the regular standby line. Okay, so moving over, and we're going to kind of jump back over to the Jurassic Park Discovery Center. And again, if you're traveling with young kids and if you're looking to kind of keep your day busy, don't skip the Jurassic Park Discovery Center. Now, like we said, this is an exact replica from the iconic Jurassic Park film, filled with dinosaur skeletons, large models, and even hatched raptor eggs. So, this is just another great way to kind of just fill in those gaps throughout your day. Okay, over to the Jurassic Park River Adventure. We're jumping all around in the tips and tricks, but we're trying to get everything in. And don't forget, if you're on this ride, there's a possibility that you will get wet. If you do get wet and you're trying to figure out how do you dry off, keep an eye out for the human dryers right outside the ride. This is a great way to kind of, you have to pay a couple bucks, but you will be able to dry off a little bit quicker than over, maybe if you're traveling during the slower times of the year, than over in the sun. But if you're traveling in the summer, just stand in the hot Florida sun for a couple minutes, then you will be good. Okay, over to food. Mobile order when possible. Now, this is especially true for Burger Digs, which can have a really long line right around lunchtime and dinner time. And last but not least, we've already said this, but we're going to say it again because that's how much fun we do think this experience is. Don't forget to say hi to Blue, the Velociraptor. Do not skip the Raptor Encounter, as we really, really feel like it's something so unique, specifically to Universal Orlando, and something that everyone in your family will really enjoy. And so that is it, everyone. That is the complete guide to the Jurassic Park section over at Universal Orlando, specifically in Islands of Adventure theme park. As you can see, there's a lot of really, really cool, Jurassic Park themed stuff going on. So if you do have those Jurassic Park fans, I really hope that you are as prepared as possible and that everyone is as excited as possible for your next Universal Orlando trip. And if you are in the process of planning a Universal Orlando trip and you do want more videos like this, just be sure to subscribe to our channel, as we have a lot more similar videos coming out in the coming weeks to make sure you are as prepared as possible for that family vacation. I think that's all the time we have for today. Thank you all again so much for checking out this video, and until next time, I will talk to you soon.